Hello everyone, I am Mr. Sunil Kumar from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Assistant Professor in the esteemed Institute of AJ, Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangalore. I am teaching you the course Finite Element Analysis. 17 MA61 is the subject code. 6th sem mechanical students as per VTU syllabus. We have completed 4 modules until now. In the last class, I have dealt with the analysis of fin. In today's class, on request of some students, I would like to solve extra problems on trusses. I have solved 3 problems. I would like to solve 3 more extra problems which are little critical than the usual problems, so that any type of problems in trusses can be solved easily. So, in this class, I would like to discuss on analysis of 2D trusses, which are little complicated than the usual cases. This belongs to module 2 of the syllabus. The analysis of truss is 2D because each truss member will have displacement in 2 directions. Trusses are structural members in which there will be displacement in 2 directions. Here one truss member is shown which is having node 1, node 2, node 3, having 2 elements, element 1 and element 2. It's a simple truss element. Here at each node there will be displacement occurring in 2 directions. One is in x direction, node 1 will move in x direction as well as in y direction. Similarly, node 2 and node 3. That is why truss is considered to be 2D. If we take this problem for a 2D truss element, we have to determine nodal displacement and elemental stresses. We have solved these type of problems already. However, I will brush up just. The first step is to write the finite element model. At node 1, the displacement will be q1 in x direction, q2 in y direction. Similarly, q3 in x direction, q4 in y direction, q5 in x direction, q6 in y direction. This will be displacement in x and y directions, as I told. This is about the displacement happening. Next, we will write the nodal coordinate data and write element data. So, nodal coordinate, there are 3 nodes. The coordinate values of node 1 and all the nodes are written by taking the left bottom point as origin. So, initial node and final node is assigned for each element as it can be assigned on our wish. Length is taken. L and M are direction cosines, where L is x2 minus x final minus x initial by length of element. Final means the final node coordinate of x, initial node coordinate of x, by length of element gives, this is minus 0.8, 0.6, minus 1, 0, we have found out this. The elemental stiffness matrix for a truss is given by A by L, L square ml, ml m square. The minus terms here, the minus terms here, 4 terms, and the plus terms here. So this is we have learnt already. Finally, by applying kq is equal to F, the F is the force applied. Depending on this equilibrium equation, we will find the displacements at each node either in x or y direction. This is the second problem we have dealt with. It is also having node 1, node 2. Node 1 is having initial node 1 and final node 2. Node 2 is having initial node 2, final node 3. So this is very easy problem, like the first problem only. Okay, this problem we have already dealt with. Next, this is the next problem. which we have learnt already. It is having node 1, node 2 for first element, node 2, node 3 for second element, node 1, node 3 for third element. Load is applied at an angle of 45, therefore it can be resolved into 12 cos 45 horizontally and 12 sin 45 vertically. And this problem is having 3 element, 3 nodes. 3 element, 3 nodes. This is the uniqueness of this problem. It is having 3 element and 3 nodes. So here, node 1 is having the coordinate 0, 0 as the origin. Node 2 is having the coordinate 800, 0. Node 3 is having the coordinate 400, 400 as the origin. And as I told, there are 3 elements only. So I can take 1, 2, 2, 3 and 1, 3. So L and M, the direction cosines are find out. And elemental stiffness matrix is similar. So we will get 3 stiffness matrices. We should be careful while adding the components of stiffness matrix. All those 3 problems which I just brushed up, we have learnt before. In this class, I will deal with next 3 problems, which are very important and which are little different when compared with those first 3 problems. Okay. Here it is given for the 2 element truss shown in the figure, determine the nodal displacements and forces. E is equal to 200 GPa, A is equal to 6 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. It is given in meter, that is the point to be noted. P is the load applied at this position, it is 1000 Newton. So the truss is having 2 elements. Element 1, it is mentioned here. If it is not mentioned, we have to take on our own whichever the element, but it is mentioned. Element 1 is mentioned, element 2 is mentioned. At the same time, node 3 is mentioned here, node 2 is mentioned here. So this should be node 1. And as usual, the starting point of the coordinate should be taken at the left bottom corner, as I told. This point where I have shown the arrow point, this should be the coordinate point 0, 0. The coordinate value for node 3 is 0, 0 now. The coordinate value for node 1 will be 4, 0. The coordinate value for node 2 will be 0, 3. Node 2 will be 0, 3. Okay. So this will be the coordinate values. Here there are 2 elements, 3 nodes. 2 element, 3 nodes. Support, the roller support is given at node 1, which means it can have x direction displacement, but y direction displacement is arrested. Now, what is the condition here is, if node 1 is having q1 and q2 as the displacements in x and y directions respectively, if node 1 is having q1 and q2 as the displacements in x and y directions respectively, q1 is allowed, q2 is arrested. If node 2 is having q3 and q4 as the displacements in x and y directions respectively, both q3 and q4 are arrested because it is hinged and completely degrees of freedoms are arrested. And at node 3, if q5 and q6 are the displacement at node 3, q5 in x direction and q6 in y direction, the entire degrees of freedom at node 3 are arrested, both q5, q6. Now, q2, q3, q4, q5, q6 is arrested. The only degree of freedom is q1. Which means node 1 can have x direction displacement, otherwise no other node is having any type of displacement. Only q1 is the degrees of freedom. There is only one degree of freedom. The problem is easy, but understanding is very important. If you do not understand things, self complication will be made by the students. Okay, only q1 is the degrees of freedom given, but we have to solve it accordingly. We have to solve it as per the procedure. The first step is to write nodal coordinate data. We are finding nodal displacement. The first step is to write nodal coordinate data. So we have three nodes, node 1, node 2 and node 3. We have to make a column table of nodal coordinate data. That is the first step. So node 1, node 2 and node 3. Node 1 is at a distance 4, 0 from the coordinate point. Node 1 is at a distance 4, 0 from the coordinate point, as I told. Node 2 is at a distance 0, 3 meters only. I am considering in meters. Okay, I am considering in meters. Why I am considering in meters? Because area is given, however, is given in meters. E also will keep in meters. All the lengths are given in meters. This is the coordinate point 0, 0. This is 4, 0. This is 0, 3. So node 1 is at coordinate 4, 0. Node 2 is at coordinate 0, 3. Node 3 is at coordinate 0, 0. This is the coordinate values. What is the second step? To write element connectivity data. Second step is to write element connectivity data. How many elements are there? How many elements are there? There are two elements. Two elements are there. That is why in the table I have element 1, element 1. Okay, element 2, sorry. Second column is initial node. Third column is final node. I have to take initial node and final node. I can take 1, 2 or 2, 1. Anything I can take. Here I have taken 2, 1. Here I have taken 2 as the initial node, 1 as the final node. Here I have taken 1 as the initial node, 3 as the final node. So this is the changes I have made. You can take anything. You can take 1, 2 instead of 2, 1. You can take 3, 1 instead of 1, 3. Whatever you can take. According to that, the rows and columns of this stiffness matrix changes. So final answer will be same. Final answer will be same. But stiffness matrix rows and columns, the position of the components will change. That's all. Okay, length of the element for L1 is 5. Length of the element is 3L. How it is 5? How it is 5? Here, the length of the element 2 is 4. That can be easily identified. Okay. Here, this length of the element 1, is by Pythagoras theorem we can find it. This is 3, this is 4, this should be 5. It is root of 3 square plus 4 square. It will be 5. Please make the correction. This is not 3, this is 4. This calculation is done correctly considering 4. So the direction cosine L is x2 minus x1 by LE. Direction cosine L is x2 minus x1 by LE. This is the length of the element 2. It is 4. L and M are direction cosines. L and M are direction cosines. Where L is cos theta, M is sin theta. What is cos theta? x2 minus x1 by length of the element. What is L? x2 minus x1 by length of the element. What is M? y final minus y initial by length of the element. Okay, now here we shall consider element 1 now. Which is final node? 1. Which is initial node? 2. Okay. Final node is 1. Initial node is 2. So final node is 1. X component of final node is 4. 4 minus 0 by 5. Length. 4 minus 0 by 5 is 0.8. Okay. Similarly, 0 minus 3 means y final minus y initial. I am taking 0 minus 3 by 5. 0 minus 3 by 5 is minus 0.6. Until previous problem, I have taken 1 as initial node and 2 as final node. Just I have replaced it to make you clarify the things. So it will be final minus initial. 4 minus 0 by 5, it will be 0.8. 0 minus 3 by 5 will be, 5 will be 0.6. Now coming to the second element, final node is 3, initial node is 1. So 0 minus 4, final minus initial, final minus initial by length. Now the direction cosine here is 0 minus 4 divided by 4, that is minus 1. It is 0 minus 0 divided by 4 is 0. So that is how we have to consider final node and initial node for element 1, final node and initial node for element 1 and the respective coordinate values, and find out these expressions. Now stiffness matrix for element 1 is found by using these two L and M. Stiffness matrix for element 2 is found by using these two L and M. Now elemental stiffness matrix is given by K is equal to A by L, L square, ML, ML, M square. These four terms whatever I have shown, same is taken negative here, same negative is written. These positive four terms are written here. Okay, it is easy. Now for element 1, A is given, it is same for element 1 and element 2. Okay, this is A and this is E. E I have taken in Newton per meter square because lengths I have maintained in meter, area in meter square. So phi is the length. So I will get this. So after simplification, I will get 10 power 7 into this term. Very important point to note here is we have done all the simplification as earlier. Which is the initial node? 2. Which is the final node? 1. So degree of freedom will be 3, 4 for node 2 and 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. Degree of freedom is 3, 4, 1, 2. Degree of freedom is 3, 4, 1, 2, which is very important point to note. This is very important point. Degree of freedom is 3, 4, 1, 2 because initial node is 2, final node is 1. Initial node is 2, which I have considered in element table, element connectivity data table. Initial node is 2, final node is 1. That is why degree of freedom is 3, 4, 1, 2. This is the stiffness matrix for element 1 with degree of freedom 3, 4, 1, 2. Degree of freedom is very important in trusses. Similarly for element 2, K2 is A, E by L is 4. So after substituting these values, I will get the same common factor 10 power 7 should be taken outside. I will be getting this. Here degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 5, 6. Degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 5, 6. Initial node is 1, final node is 3. Initial node is having Q1, Q2 as the degrees of freedom. Final node is having Q5, Q6 as the degrees of freedom. Therefore, degree of freedom for this stiffness matrix is 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. Here 1, 2, 5, 6 like that. Okay. Now we have to add both the stiffness matrix K1, K2. How to add? Adding it depends on degrees of freedom. So I am maintaining 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6 now. I can maintain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also. But I am maintaining 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. It is also acceptable. So this is 3. This is 4. This is 4. This is 1. This is 2. This is 5. This is 6. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 6. 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 6 means this term, this term, this term, and this term will be added. So this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6. This is 1, 2, only these two terms and these two terms will be added. However, these three terms are 0. The term, this term and this term are 0 in second stiffness matrix. Therefore, this only this one, that is 1.536 plus 3 is 4.536 is the answer. Only that term is added now. Okay. So we should be careful with respect to degrees of freedom here. It is very, 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 very important interest. I have shown 6 problems. Among these 6 problems, one problem will definitely come in the exam. Among these 6 only, a small variation will be changed. And only data, numbers will be changed. But consider this very seriously. Degrees of freedom is very, very important. It's very, very important. So, degrees of freedom here is 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. Similarly, force vector, global force vector, I can write as 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. 3, 4 belongs to node 2. 3, 4 belongs to node 2. At node 2 there is no force applied. At node 2 there is no force applied. In the figure you can see that. At node 1 force is applied in opposite x direction. If you observe the figure, at node 2 there is no force applied. Degree of freedom is 3. At node 1 P is applied like this. It is away from the x-axis. At node 3 there is no force. So at node 2 there is no force. At node 3 only force in x direction, that is negative. There is no y direction force at node 2. Node 1. This is about node 1. At node 1. At node 3 there is no force. This is node 1 x direction force. So degrees of freedom maintained here is 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6 as I maintained here. So this is the stiffness matrix. Degrees of freedom maintained is 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. There is no displacement in y direction for node 1 because it is roller support. Node 2 is fixed or hinged. Both the degrees of freedom are rested, Q3, Q4, 0. Node 3 is also hinged. Therefore, degrees of freedom here also Q5, Q6, 0. Only Q1 we have to calculate. Only Q1 we have to. So, only Q1 means we have to eliminate row 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and column 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to eliminate all the rows, all the column. We will remain with only this one, 4.536 into Q1. 10 power 7 into 4.136 into Q1 is equal to minus 1000. Only this will be remaining. All the other things will be eliminated. So Q1 is very easy. We have found that. So 2.20 into 10 power minus 5 meter. Since we have considered meter, we have to keep it in meters. Okay. Reaction force is as usual. R is equal to KQ minus F. Usually will not be asked because calculation will become huge. Okay, usually will not be asked. So this is about the one of the trusses. This is the next problem in truss. Next problem is about, it's also an interesting problem. For the plane truss shown in the figure, determine the elemental displacements, nodal displacements and elemental stresses. E is equal to 200 GPa. E is equal to 200 GPa. Okay, and A is equal to 4 into 10 power 4 meter square. Meter, it is given in meter. If you observe the truss member shown here, all the dimensions are in meters. Okay. Completely critical problem. Completely critical problem. Now there is element 1 here, there is element 2 here, there is element 3 here. All the elements are having 3 meter length. All the elements are having 3 meter length. Okay. Now this is node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. Node 1 is having degrees of freedom Q1, Q2. Node 2 is having Q3, Q4. Node 3 is having Q5, Q6. Node 4 is having Q7, Q8. Q7, Q8. So 8 degrees of freedom. 8 degrees of freedom. The global stiffness matrix will be of the size 8 cross 8. Global stiffness matrix will have the size 8 cross 8. So 8 degrees of freedom. This is very important problem. Very important problem. Many times asked in the question examination. Might be asked in the internals also. So very important problem. Please take care. Now node 1 is applied with the force in the negative x direction 10 kilonewton. Negative y direction 20 kilonewton. Negative x direction 10 kilonewton. Negative y direction 20 kilonewton is the force applied at node 1. All the other nodes 2, 3 and 4 they are fixed. 2, 3 and 4 they are having hinged or degrees of freedom are completely arrested. Only Q1, Q2 you have to find. Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7, Q8 everything is arrested. You have to eliminate everything. Elimination method is better. Penalty method is becomes complex. Now I can take initial node as 1, final node as 4, initial node as 1, final node as 3, initial node as 1, final node as 2, like that we can do this problem. Let me continue. The first step is to write the nodal coordinate data. First step is to write nodal coordinate data. So this point I will consider as the origin point, left bottom 0 0. Node 1 is at 0 0. Node 2 is at 0 3. Node 4 is at 3 0. Node 3 is at 3 cos 45, 3 sin 45. That's all. Is at a distance 3 cos 45, 3 sin 45. That is 45 degree division. That is what shown here. Node 1 is at 0 0. Node 2 is at 0 3. Node 4 is at 3 0. 3 cos 45, 3 sin 45. 2.121, 2.121 is the nodal coordinate data. So element connectivity data is very important concept. There are 3 elements. There are 3 elements 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 elements 1, 2 and 3. So element 1 is having initial node 1, final node 2. Element 2 I will give initial node 1, final node 3. Element 3 I will give initial node 1, final node 4. So degrees of freedom here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Degrees of freedom here is 1, 2, 5, 6. Degrees of freedom here is 1, 2, 7, 8. Okay, like that. So length of each element is given in the problem, but there is 3. Now I have to write the direction cosines L and M for all the 3 elements. I have to write direction cosines L and M for all the 3 elements. What is the direction cosine for first element? For first element. Okay. Now first element is having final node 2, initial node 1. First element is having final node 2 and initial node 1. Okay. So final node of x minus initial node of x. 0 minus 0 by 3 is 0 here. Coming to y coordinate. 3 minus 0 by 3. Final node minus initial node by 3 is 1. Coming to second element. final node is 3, initial node is 1. Final node is 3, initial node is 1. So this number, this final node minus initial node divided by length L is equal to 0.707. Coming to y, final minus initial divided by length is equal to 0.707. Coming to third element, initial node is 1, final node is 4. So coming to the x component, final minus initial divided by length is 1. Final minus initial, 0 minus 0 by length is 0. These three are this is about the direction cosines L and M for all the three elements, element, connectivity, data. Next step is to write the element stiffness matrix. The element stiffness matrix for the truss element KE is given as A into E by LE, A into E by LE, L square ML, ML M square. These four terms is repeated L square ML, ML M square. It is negative minus L square minus ML minus M square, ML minus M square. Same negative is repeated here. This is the element stiffness matrix for truss element. Now for element K1, element 1, the stiffness matrix for element 1 is A into E. E is written in Newton per meter square because all the lengths are taken in meter. Now 3 is the length of first element. So after calculation, after applying the L and M direction cosines of element 1, direction cosines of element 1, we have got this answer. After applying the direction cosines of element 1, we have got this answer. The degrees of freedom here is initial node is 1, final node is 2. That is why degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 3, 4. Degrees of freedom here is 1, 2, 3 and 4. For element 2, it is A2 E2 by L2. This is A2, this is E2 by L2. After substituting L and M of second element 0.707, we will get this answer. Outside we have to maintain the same common factor. So degrees of freedom here is, what is the initial node for element 1? 1. What is the final node for element, initial node for element 2 is 1. Final node for element 2 is 3. Final node for element 2 is 3 we have taken. Okay, that is why it is degrees of freedom 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6 is the degrees of freedom for element 2. Similarly, coming to element 3, the stiffness matrix for element 3, it is A into E by length of the element is common. L and M are different, so I have to retain this. But what is the initial node for element 3? It is 1. What is the final node? 4. That is why degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 7, 8. Now, for element 1, degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 3, 4. For element 2, DOF is equal to 1, 2, 5, 6. For element 3, degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 7, 8. Now, which is common in all the three elements? 1, 2 is the common. 1 is common. If you observe the truss member shown, 1 is the common node for all the three elements. Okay, now we have to add all the three stiffness matrices with respect to degrees of freedom. Now what is k? K is k1 plus k2 plus k3. K is k1 plus k2 plus k3. Now I have maintained degrees of freedom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as it is. Okay. Maintain degrees of freedom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as it is. And added correspondingly. This is 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 5, 6. This is 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. And this is 1, 2, 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8. Okay. So corresponding degrees of freedoms are added properly. Proper care should be taken while adding. The corresponding component of the stiffness matrix should be added. Corresponding degrees of freedom component. Otherwise, entire problem goes wrong. You should take utmost care. Otherwise, things will be difficult. Now, global force vector. Since I have maintained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the stiffness matrix. Since I have maintained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the stiffness matrix. So, force vector will also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as shown here. So, only node 1 is applied with x direction force negative and y direction force negative. X direction force is 10 kilonewton, that is why 10 into 10 power 3. Y direction force is 20 kilonewton, that is why 20 into 10 power minus 3. Load I am maintaining in Newton, dimension in meter. Okay. Now after substituting, we will have this equilibrium equation. So Q3, Q4 arrested, Q5, Q6 arrested, Q7, Q8 arrested. So eliminate third row, fourth row, fifth row, sixth row, seventh row, eighth row. Similarly, third column, fourth column, fifth column, sixth column, seventh column, eighth column. All these arrested. All these arrested. Okay. These things here from here to here it is gone. From here to here it is gone. From here to here it is gone. Okay. Only this much is remaining. Only this much is remaining. And Q1, Q2 is only the allowed degrees of freedom which are not arrested. After applying boundary condition Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7, Q8 as 0, as I told, all the other columns and rows are arrested. We will remain with this, and we will find Q1 as minus 9.379 into 10 power minus 5 meter. Be careful, we are maintaining meter. And Q2 as minus 4.666 into 10 power minus 4 meter. So finally, we have to represent the global displacement vector as like this to obtain full marks. See, the question is continued to ask to find out the stresses also. Stress in truss member is given by EYLE minus L minus M LM. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 for first element. For first element it is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. The stress E1 is Q1 by L1 minus L minus M LM. Here LM should be considered the direction cosines of first element, which are 0. L is 0 and M is 1. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, because degrees of freedom for first element is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we substitute that, we will get this test as 31.22 megapascal or into 10 power 6 Newton per meter square. Make sure we are maintaining E in Newton per meter square. That is why we are getting this answer. This is equivalent to 31.22 Newton per millimeter square or 31.22 megapascal. Okay, the Newton per meter square will be pascal. This is mega. Okay. Now similarly, the degrees of freedom for the element 2 is 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. That is why we have to maintain L and M as these values which we have obtained in element coordinate element data. This is 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6 is written. Sigma 2 is sigma 2. Make the correction. Sigma 2 is 26.52 megapascal. Similarly, degrees of freedom for third element is 1, 2, 7, 8. 1, 2, 7, 8. This is the corresponding values of L and M for element 3. Sigma 3, this is sigma 3, make the correction, 6.28 megapascal. This is about this problem. Now we will move to the next problem, which is very important. This problem is little different. The same question for the plate truss member shown in the figure. Determine nodal displacements and elemental stresses. E is equal to 200 GPa, A is equal to 100 millimeter square. If you observe, this looks like a little different. This is element 1, element 2, element 3, element 4. Node 1, which is the origin point, left bottom point. Node 2 at a distance 40, 0. Node 3 at a distance 40, 30. Node 4 at a distance 0, 30. Node 1, Q1 and Q2 are the degrees of freedom. Node 2, Q3 and Q4. Node 3, Q5, Q6. Node 4, Q7, Q8. So once again, the size of the global stiffness matrix is 8 cross 8. The size of the global stiffness matrix is 8 cross 8. So we have to be very careful while solving. Now, the nodal coordinate data is the first step. The first step is nodal coordinate data, to write the nodal coordinate data. So how many nodes are there? Node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. Node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. Okay, there are 4 nodes. Node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. There are 4 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nodes, 4 elements. This is the condition of this problem. 4 nodes, 4 elements. Usually 4 nodes will have 3 elements, but here 4 nodes, 4 elements. That is the problem. Okay. Node 1, element 1 we can have 1, 2 as initial final node. Element 2 we can have 2, 3. Element 3 we can have 1, 3. Element 4 we can have 3, 4 or 4, 3. However, so nodal coordinate for node 1 is 0, 0 as I told. The x and y coordinate for node 1. For node 2 it is 40, 0. For node 3 it is 40, 30. For node 4 it is 0, 30. Okay. Now, element connectivity data. This is very important. On construction of this element connectivity data itself, the stiffness matrix and the calculation and the stresses depends. Okay. Now, let element 1 will have initial node 1 and final node 2. Element 1 shall have initial node 1 and final node 2. Length of element 1 is 40. Length of element 1 is 40. Okay, it is given there. Other lengths, if not given, can be calculated using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, what is final node is 2, initial node is 1. So final node is 2, initial node is 1. Okay, x coordinate value, the L is the x coordinate of the, that is the direction cosine due to x coordinates. L value for element 1 is final minus initial divided by length. 40 minus 0 by 40, it is 1. Y coordinate is 0 minus 0 by 40, that is 0. That is about element 1. Coming to element 2, initial node is 2, final node is 3. Therefore, the XL, the direction cosine L, is final minus initial by 30. 40 minus 40 becomes 0, that is by 0. Coming to Y coordinate, final minus initial 30 minus 0 by 30, that is 1. Similarly, element 3 is having initial node 3, final node 1. Degrees of freedom will be 5, 6, 1, 2. Degrees of freedom will be 5, 6, 1, 2. Here the degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is 3, 4, 5, 6. Here it is 5, 6, 1, 2. 5, 6, 1, 2 is the degrees of freedom here. Okay. Now, final node is 1. Be careful. Final node is 1. Initial node is 3. So, final minus initial. 0 minus 40 divided by 50. 0 minus 40 divided by 50 minus 0.8. Similarly, 0 minus 30 divided by 50 is minus 0.6. This 3 1 can be anywhere. 1 3 can also be done. Then this will be positive. Okay. Similarly, for element node, I have taken initial node as 3, final node as 4. Therefore, it will be 0 minus 40 divided by 40. For Y coordinate, it is 30 minus 30 divided by 40. 30 minus 30 is 0. So, these are the direction cosine value for element 1. This is for element 2. This is for element 3. This is for element 4. So, these values we have to take for constructing stiffness matrix. Now, element stiffness matrix. Element stiffness matrix is given by A by L. L square ml, L square ml, ml m square. Positive, negative, negative, positive, like that. Okay. For element 1, A is the area. E we are taking in Newton per millimeter square because lengths are given in millimeter, area is also given in millimeter. Be careful. 100 millimeter square I am taking in millimeter. E I am taking Newton per millimeter square. Length also I am taking in millimeter. That is very careful consideration. So 10 power 5 common term I will take outside, and the remaining term 5 and all I will write inside. So it is having initial node 1, final node 2. That is why degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 3, 4. Degrees of freedom is 1, 2, 3, 4 for this first element. Similarly, for second element, area is 100 millimeter square. Area is same throughout. It is not different for different elements. It is same. It is given as area is 100 millimeter square means it is same for all the 4 elements. E is also same for all the 4 elements. Only length is changing. Length is changing, and the value of L and M as per the table, the corresponding values of L and M, which we have calculated in element data table. That values I am substituting here. That's very important to take care of. 10 power 5 is a common factor that should be common for all the 4 stiffness matrices, should be maintained common. Then we will obtain this. Initial node is 2, final node is 3. That is why degrees of freedom is 3, 4, 5, 6. Degrees of freedom is 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming to the third element, the element stiffness matrix for third element is K3. It is A3 into E3 by L3. A and E are common. Length is changing. L and M are changing. That is why it is different. But we have to keep common factor 10 power 5 as usual. Degrees of initial node is 3, final node is 1. Initial node is 3, final node is 1. That is why degrees of freedom is 5, 6, 1, 2. Degrees of freedom is 5, 6, 1, 2. Since initial node is 3 and final node is 1, degrees of freedom is 5, 6, 1, 2, which should be maintained properly. Now, Since there are 4 elements, there will be 4 stiffness matrix. 4 elements are there, there will be 4 stiffness matrix. K4 is A4, E4. A and E are same. Length will change. Length will change. Other things are substituted as it is. Here initial node is 3. Final node is 4. That is why degrees of freedom is 5, 6, 7, 8. Now stiffness matrix 1 is having degrees of freedom 1, 2, 3, 4. Stiffness matrix 2 is having 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 is having degrees of freedom 5, 6, 1, 2. 4 is having degrees of freedom 5, 6, 7, 8. So while adding, corresponding degrees of freedom element should be added. Very highest care should be taken while adding. So K is equal to K1 plus K2 plus K3 plus K4. 4 stiffness matrices should be added. 4 stiffness matrices should be added. 4 stiffness matrices. So degrees of freedom I have maintained here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But element 1 K1 will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. K2 will be 1, 2, 1, 2, sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, 3, 4, 5, 6 belongs to, 3, 4 and 5, 6 belongs to, 5, 6 belongs to K2. 5, 6, 1, 2. 5, 6, 1, 2 means 5, 6, 1, 2 means 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2 and this is 5, 6, 1, 2. 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2. And last one 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8 means this is 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 5, 6, 7, 8 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we have to add carefully. So global force vector is F1, F2, F3, F4, 5, 6. According to the forces given at node 3 there is, at node 2 there is force acting in x direction, and at the same time at the node 3 in y direction, negative y direction is minus 25,000. We are maintaining in Newton. Equilibrium equation is same as that of bar equation. KQ is equal to F. The K value I have to take. Q is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as it is I have maintained. This is the condition. What is the boundary condition? What is the boundary condition? The boundary condition is node 1 is completely fixed. 1, 2 is eliminated. Node 4 is completely fixed. 7, 8 is eliminated. Node 2 is having only x direction displacement. Only x direction displacement. That is why Q3 is allowed. Q4 is y direction is eliminated. Node 3 will have both x and y directions, that is 5, 6 is allowed. So 3, 5, 6 are allowed, otherwise all the other things are eliminated according to the given boundary condition. According to boundary condition, I will eliminate 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. 5 rows and 5 columns means row 1, row 2, row 4, row 7, row 8 are arrested. Similarly, column 1, column 2, column 4, column 7, column 8 are eliminated. Remaining columns and the corresponding terms of displacement vector and force vector are written here, which represents the degrees of freedom. So there are 3 unknowns and 3 equations. So we have to take calculator and calculate. So since we are maintaining in millimeter, we get Q3 as 0.04 millimeter, Q5 as 0.00834 millimeter, Q5. This is Q6, sorry, Q6. This is Q6 is minus 0.032484 millimeter. So we have to mention like this: Q1 is 0, Q2 is 0, Q3 is there, Q4 is 0, Q5 is there, Q6 is there, Q7 is 0, Q8 is 0. There is a little correction here. This should come upwards. Make the correction, please. Now coming to stresses in each element. Stress in element 1, sigma 1 is equal to E by LE minus L minus M L M. These values of L and M. E is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per millimeter square. LE is length of first element, that is 40 is maintained here. But these four terms of L and M should be taken from first element only, from element data, that is minus 1 means minus 1 is L is here, 1 M is 0 no? Minus L will be minus 1. So what is the degrees of freedom of node 1, sorry, element 1? It is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is why we have to take Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 is taken. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 is taken as it is. After calculation, we will get matrix. After solving the matrix, we will get sigma as 200 Newton per millimeter square. For element 2, sigma 2 is E2 by L2. Actually, it is E2 by L2. E2 by L2. E is same, that is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per millimeter square. L is 30. L is 30. These values of L and M are taken from element connectivity data for second element only. L is 0, M is taken as it is. So there should be little correction. It is having degrees of freedom 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there should be correction in notations 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3, 4, 5 and 6. 3, 4, 5 and 6. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then we will get sigma 2 is equal to minus 218.93 Newton per millimeter square or minus 218.93 megapascal. Okay. Similarly, for element 3, we have sigma 3 is equal to E3 by L3. Corresponding values of L and M should be taken from the element connectivity data. Degrees of freedom is 3, 4, sorry, 5, 6, 5, 6, 1, 2. 5, 6, 1, 2. 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2 or 0. Then you will get minus 52.112 into 10 power, sorry, Newton per millimeter square. There is one more element is sigma 4, stress in fourth element. E4 by L4. E4 is 2 into 10 power 5. L4 is 30. Please make it 30. Degrees of freedom is 5, 6, 7, 8. Degrees of freedom is 5, 6, 7, 8. Corresponding values from the table should be taken. 5, 6, 7, 8 should be taken here. So sigma 1 will be 41.7 Newton per millimeter square. If R is asked, R is KQ minus F. R is KQ minus F. R is KQ minus F. So calculation would be little difficult. So that is why it is usually R is not asked. Stresses will be asked usually. Now once again go through this problem. This problem is having 4 nodes and 4 elements. That is the very important thing. This is taken as origin always left bottom side. Roller support means x direction displacement is allowed, y direction is arrested. It is having 20,000 Newton towards x direction, 25,000 Newton here at node 3 as away from the y direction, because y direction I have taken upwards. So there are 4 nodes, at each node 2 degrees of freedom. So the global degrees of freedom will be 8 cross 8, because at each node 2 degrees of freedom there are totally 4 nodes. So 2 into 4 will be 8. The global degrees of freedom will be 8 cross 8. So if length of the element is 40 for element 1, element 2 is 30, element 4 is also 40, that is usually observable from the given figure. Element 3 we have to find by using Pythagoras theorem, that is 40 The length of element 3 is root of 40 square plus 30 square would be generally the length will be 50. That is how we will calculate the length if it is not given. So this is about the important problems interest. Hope you have understood all the problems. Any doubts, don't hesitate, please ask at any time. I will clarify all the doubts. I am here to help you, not only in this subject, any subject, any doubts you can ask any faculties. Everyone will help you. Please study well, don't waste time, utilize the time. I hope you have understood. Meet you again. Thank you.